Let's take a look around the Hotel Monteleone, located just a block off Bourbon Street in the French Quarter of New Orleans. This is just the grandfather clock in the entry foyer. Very nice, very old. There's the old mail slot. This hotel has been functioning since 1886. As you can see from the lobby, the chandeliers, the architectural features, the craftsmanship, it's an old building, and it feels old, but in a charming way. Let's make our way to the room. Now, this hotel has been expanded upon and refurbished over the years. So this room here was on the 15th floor, which is not an original floor to the structure. It was added on, so keep that in mind. As I stated earlier, this hotel is about a block from Bourbon Street. When you look out the window, you can see the bars, you can see the activity. Now, from the 15th floor, well, 14th floor technically, because there's no 13th floor on this building, and we'll talk about that later because of the haunts. Anyway, you can hear the activity, the music specifically, from Bourbon Street, from the 15th floor. It's not so loud that it hinders your sleeping, but I imagine as you get to the lower floors, it may. So keep that in mind if you're going to book here. Even on the highest floor, you can hear the partying that is going on every evening on Bourbon Street. The room itself was comfortable, it was clean, and the service was exceptional. This was a hotel that I could find myself staying in again if I need be in the French Quarter. Now, I say French Quarter specifically because there's a lot of hotels in New Orleans, especially in this area, that you could get for cheaper. And there'll be newer structures, but this hotel, the Monteleone, it's charming. You come to this hotel to be immersed in the French Quarter. If you're here for business or here for something else that's outside the quarter, probably pick a different hotel. But if you just want to enjoy Bourbon Street in the evening or the history in the French Quarter, then this is the place to be, because you could experience all that the French Quarter has to offer just by walking out the front door. You don't need to drive anywhere. It's all right here. This hotel was opened in 1886 and has had a lot of things happen over the years. One thing they really like to point out is that the hotel is haunted, one of the most haunted structures in New Orleans, supposedly. Now, if you go to the 14th floor, which is actually the 13th floor, because this building was built during the era of superstition. So, therefore, there is no numbered 13th floor. The 14th floor is the 13th floor. Anyway, they say that that floor is extremely haunted and that there are ghost children and former employees. So if you're skittish about haunts in your hotel, maybe think about that if they book you on the 14th floor. I will say we were on the 15th, which is directly on top of the 14th, and there were no ghosts present that I am aware of. This photo, picture, painting on the wall was interesting because it is an aerial view of New Orleans, and you can actually see where the Monteleone is right there. Kind of hard to see. Anyway, there it was, and that's a neat little touch to be able to see that in the room and then literally look out your window and see the same view from a different era. There is the iconic sign right there. This is looking on the Mississippi side out the building from one of the banquet halls on the roof. So right there, that's the mighty Mississippi, all of its muddy glory. So the room that I was in was actually facing the city, which let's go ahead and get some sights and sounds of the city, and then we'll talk some more about the hotel in a bit. That over there is the hotel itself and the signage from the backside. This was taken from the Riverside Park. As you can see, as we pan over here, there's the Mississippi. And there's some random New Orleans cats just chilling out after a few drinks. Switching gears from partying back to history. Like I said earlier, this hotel is a historic structure. There's a lot of history in the French Quarter. St. Louis Cathedral is an excellent example of the architecture and history of the city. Also, a pro tip, has very, very efficient air conditioning. Now, New Orleans in the summertime can be hot.
Give me them napkins, quick!
What on earth for?
I swear I'm sweating like a sinner in church.
So you're gonna want to duck in and out of structures when it's hot outside, and this is a good one to do that in. This is also located right on the perimeter of Jackson Square. There it is right there. Another excellent example of history. Also, the voodoo history, don't be frightened off by the word voodoo. It's a rich history, and you could learn a lot about it in New Orleans. I recommend diving into that. Another place you may want to just lay your eyes on is the LaLaurie Mansion. Here's another viewpoint of that iconic signage on the roof of the hotel. Pretty nice. And here's some views of the Mississippi and some other things around town that are, like I said, literally right outside your front door. Everything in this video that you're seeing is walking distance from the hotel. Even the beignets from this establishment here, which is the best in town. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Thank you for joining me for this quick look at the Hotel Monteleone and the French Quarter at New Orleans. If you like this video, give it a like, or subscribe, or comment down below. All that YouTube stuff. And until next time, everybody, take it easy.